something soon. Bye.
Hello, everyone. You are listening to tonight's edition of Thrash Zone, June 9th of 2014, and I got a very special guest sitting with me right here at Lightning Boldt Studio. Let me introduce to you Jason Moser of Splintered Throne.
Hello, world.
Yeah. So tonight's going to be special. We're going to go review bands of the past and just do what we do, Jason.
Cool.
It's going to be a great night. All right, and there's great news for everybody. Steve Zetro Souza is back with Exodus, and we are going to play several Exodus tracks tonight in celebration.
Hell yeah.
That's something to celebrate about. So crack open those beers, because here we go. It's time for Thrash Zone.
Majority, you're listening to the Thrash Zone.
Freaking guys are horrible.
On three. Yeah, on
One,
three,
two.
fellas.
Thrash Zone, say Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
Let's just count it in.
Yeah.
Give us a count in, will you?
5, 4, 3.
Hey, this
It's
is
by Majority.
And you're listening to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
That's hard.
This is... Hey.
You always do a 4 count, not a 5 count.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, that's what Bucky does.
He did the other 4 camera motion.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Where's 4? Forget 4.
4 doesn't exist.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
1.
This
Hey,
is
by the Majority.
You're listening to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
How about we have each of you do it? There you go. And take the best one. Do your name, this is Thrash Zone.
This is Chris Baker from Violent Majority, and you are listening to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt. This is Darren Calderwood, and you listen to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
This is Steve from Violent Majority. You listen to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
This is Dave from Violent Majority. You're listening to Thrash Zone with Billy Boldt.
Yeah, let's put some anger into it. You're violent, man.
We're really tired and we want to go home.
Come on.
I think I'm done.
Come on, one more time.
Hi, this sucks. I'm really tired. I want to go home.
We're Violent Majority.
All right.
You're listening to
Really
Thrash
not.
Zone with Billy Boldt.
Hello, everyone. We are back with Thrash Zone, and I have on the phone John Ricci of Exciter. John, are you there? Oh, it just dropped. Oh, call back. John, call back. Hey, we're calling Canada. You never know.
There he is.
Oh, he's back. All right. Speakerphone.
Speakerphone.
Hey, John, we're on live. Thank you for joining us on tonight's edition of Thrash Zone. How are you?
Good, Billy. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, John, you guys are one of my all-time favorite bands. In fact, I have a couple of guys here from a band called Splintered, and we have seen you, ironically, at the show at
85.
the Warfield in 1985. It was with Merciful Fate
Motorhead.
Do you remember that show at the Warfield?
He's like,
vaguely.
like somewhere back in the eons.
You know, the whole tour, it was so exciting and so many things were happening. Like, I don't remember every single venue that we played.
I know. It was like 100 shows for you guys. It's one memorable one for us,
I remember that show because right about then is where I learned how to play guitar. And Violence and Force was one of the albums that taught me how to play guitar. So I learned every freaking song on that record, man. Evil Sinner, Saxons of the Fire, Violence and Force, Pounding Metal. I mean, fuck, that album is like a classic, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first three albums were definitely classics, All right, John, so the big news with Exciter, I mean, a lot of people know this already, but you guys got your original lineup back together.
Well, the way that happened is I was having trouble with the former Exciter guys. I had some issues going on. I was trying to make some changes. But, I don't know, the band sort of, I don't know what the word, mutinied on me.
Yeah.
So I decided to remove myself from the band, believe it or not. And so when all this fiasco was going on, I was approached by Dan and Alan to get back together and pick up the pieces and continue. So that's how the reunion happened.
Well, I know Dan has been doing his own band over the years, which was Beeler. And
right.
We haven't heard anything from Alan Johnson. What's he been doing the last 20 years?
Just we all have regular jobs besides playing music.
Oh, sure.
But I think Al also for a short time actually played in Dan's band in Beeler.
Oh, okay.
Just for a very short time. I don't know the details, but that sort of fell apart. I don't know what happened there. But basically, Al's been laying low and just enjoying his life. And, I mean, we made a lot of sacrifices over, 30 years and trying to, make it to the big time. But it never really happened for us. We sort of stayed in this underground level, which we accept. We accept that today. There's no problem. But it's very, very frustrating when you see younger bands, surpass you, and then they have super status, and we're still struggling.
Yeah, and
it's frustrating, but we've learned to accept that.
Yeah, I know, John. It happens, man. I mean, it's like what can you do, right? But you do have a very solid fan following. So.
Well, every part of the world that we play in, the fans are like die-hard fans. I mean, they put us up on a pedestal. Like, it's like we can't do any wrong.
Right.
And for me and for the band, it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
That makes it all worth it.
Well, I know Exciter's had a lot of member changes over the years. There's a lot of different people. I know it's kind of too soon to tell, but do you really think that you three can stick it out this time around? Without being at each other's throats?
I think our attitude towards everything, towards the music business, towards ourselves, towards the music that we play, I think now, don't take this word like in a literal sense, but we've kind of mellowed as far as the attitude, not the music.
Okay.
But I mean, we sort of the attitude.
Let's get that straight. The music is not mellowed. No, I know exactly what you mean.
The word mellow doesn't exist in Exciter vocabulary. vocabulary.
Right. No, John, I know exactly what you mean. Basically what you're saying is we've all gotten older, more mature, and and we've all mellowed out in that sense. And me too. So,
something that would have bothered us 25 years ago, like an issue that we're having, doesn't bother us today. We just sort of laugh it off and we just move on.
Right. All right. Well, that's good, man. Any titles for the new album upcoming, or where exactly are you guys at right now?
Well, we're not really anywhere. We're going to actually start rehearsing for the very first time, like this week, like Thursday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we haven't even jammed yet. We've had 2 meetings where we just sat down and talked.
Nice.
And now we're ready. We're ready to go. Like we're ready to start rehearsing as of this Thursday night.
All right.
Initially, our live show would just be all the old classics.
Fuck! Where are you going on tour?
Yeah, when are you going to be on tour?
Right on. Yeah, just all the old classics initially, and then we're going to phase in some new material. But we all have ideas for new songs, but it's too early to tell. But it's going to be more of the same, basically.
All right, let me ask you this though, John. Since it is just the original 3, are you going to just be playing songs from those albums, or are you going to be covering the entire library of Exciter?
Well, no, we're going to skip over the last 5 Exciter albums that I've put out.
Wow, that's a lot of years though in between there. But
I know, but there's a few things like I write all the music, all the lyrics, and all the melodies. So when I was writing the vocals, for example, the singer that we used to have from '96 to 2006 was Jacques Boulanger on vocals.
Yes.
And his singing style is a certain way, so when I wrote the melodies, it would suit his voice. And then when he left and Kenny Winter came in, then I would write the music, like the lyrics and the vocal melodies to suit his voice.
Understood. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. So now with Dan, I don't have to worry about that because Dan Beeler is Dan Beeler, right?
Yeah, he's pretty straightforward. Yeah, Dan's like in your face, So
actually, my job is going to be a lot easier to write songs this time around.
That's good.
I may sound like a tyrant, but with the previous lineup of Exciter, their headspace wasn't quite like what we are, like myself, Dan, and now. Like we're in the same headspace, but with the other guys, always trying to force ideas on them. So which was a big challenge. But so I didn't. I don't want to sound like a tyrant, but I didn't allow them to write anything unless it was like up to my expectations.
I gotcha. Well, yeah, it's Exciter has always been basically your band. You're the one that stuck it out over the years when everyone left. You're the one that's put in the blood, sweat, and tears. Like you said, you've written all the melodies, all the songs. I basically think of Exciter as John's band. In all respect. But with the other guys coming in, is it going to be more of a even partnership now with all 3 of you?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, well, that's
because when we wrote all that early material, it was an effort from the 3 of us.
Right. It was a team effort. Yeah.
Like for example, the song "Heavy Metal Maniac." Yes, it's my guitar riff, but it's Dan Beeler's vocals and vocal melodies.
Gotcha.
And it's his song title, and so on and so on. Like same thing with the title track "Violence and Force." Yes, it's my guitar riff, but Dan came up with all the melodies and the lyrics. So it was more of a joint effort,
Sure, it was a band thing, and that's the way it should be. Like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You don't want to be at each other's throats. You want to be having a beer and writing good songs and just having a good time. That's what it's really about,
Yeah.
Not fighting and bitching at one another. You know what I mean?
I think our fighting and bitching days are over.
There you go.
There's a magic on that Violence and Force album. It's one of my. If I was stranded on a desert island, I would have to have that as one of the albums. There's just so much chemistry. It's just there. It's awesome.
That album was difficult to record because we had some technical issues. Even though we were in a really high-end studio in a place called Pyramid Sound in Ithaca, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny C, the Mega Force guy at the time, had booked us in there, and he hired Carl Kennedy, the drummer for the band The Rods, to produce us.
Yep. You're talking about John Zazula, right?
Yep.
sorry, Billy?
His last name was Zazula, John Zazula?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's right, yeah, Johnny C. John Zazula.
Yeah.
And also at the time, I think Anthrax was on the Make a Force label, and during the recording of Violence of Force, Scott Ian was in the studio hanging out and listening to all our tracks as we're recording. You know, just hanging out and just sort of, you know. Yeah, so, but I had a hard time getting a good guitar tone on that album. And we ended up putting my Marshall stacks in the hallway of the studio near the front entrance of the building.
Wow.
Because I just couldn't get a good tone, you know. The tone on Violence of Force, the guitar tone is totally different from Heavy Metal Maniac.
Yep.
As you can
the
hear.
two albums definitely have different sounds to them.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know, as a fan, I mean, you know, as a listener, you would never know that you had sound problems because Violence and Force, I think, is like almost everyone's favorite album. That and Long Live the Loud, and
you know, all the guitar tracks, I double the guitars, so I'm trying to play in exact unison on the second track. That's extremely difficult when you're playing that fast.
Yeah,
it is.
It's because it's got that chorusy reverb sound, but that's what I like about it, because a lot of stuff that came out at that era, stuff was starting to sound the same, and that album actually had a different sound. You know, had a good vibe, but it was a different sound, which is why I
there was a lot of things different about Exciter that was different from everyone else, being that, you know, Dan was the drummer and the lead singer, you know.
The drum tones are just awesome.
Air
drummer, I love that album. It's like I expect certain fills to be all
just off the hook,
you know.
So John, what do you play through these days? What comprises your sound?
You know, my equipment is exactly the same as it was back then. I have a Marshall, a JCM 800, 100 watts. It's a 1986 model, and Marshall cabinets. So my equipment's the same, just my guitar's changed, but my amp and everything is the same, and I hardly use any effects. I don't use delays and reverbs and EQs and compressors. I don't use any of that stuff.
Nothing.
I just plug straight into the Marshall, I crank it up, and
bust it out.
You know, our music's not very textured, so I don't really need effects. And I find, back in the day when I started playing guitar, I used to have one of everything, you know?
Yeah.
But by the time you go through all these effects, these stomp boxes, and back then there was no such thing as a true bypass pedal, I would lose my tone and my volume by the time I got back to my Marshall stack, and then I decided to just get rid of all your pedals and plug straight in the amp and turn it up.
There you go.
And that's the way
We
it's
like that.
Yeah,
We're big
absolutely.
fans of that.
Jason, any guitar-related questions you want to ask John?
No, I just know that you're a big influence on most of my rhythm playing, man. But some of the songs are just
Off the hook, huh?
they're just I can't tell you.
I got to tell you a funny story. We played a show in Brazil called Metal Open Air, and Megadeth was there, Anthrax, Anvil, Destruction, etc.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you the story about people getting influenced by Exciter's music. Willie, which is Dave Mustaine's guitar tech. I was on stage, just ready to go on. I got a tap on the shoulder, and it's Willie with wearing Dave Mustaine's guitar. And he says, I've always wanted to do this, man. And this is before the audience was in the venue. And he starts playing one of our songs, Born to Die.
Yeah.
And he plays, and I said, well, that's great, thanks, he said, you don't understand, John. He says, I'm from Chicago. I've been Dave Mustaine's guitar tech for 7 or 8 years. But when I was in Chicago, I had my own band, and we played a lot of Exciter, and I know every one of your riffs, man.
That's got to make you feel good. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. All right, John. Is there any last words you'd like to tell the fans out there?
Well, the three of us are really excited about playing together again, the original lineup, and we have bookings already. We're playing Brazil again the first week of October. We're doing the Keep It True Festival next year, April 25. We have a tentative gig at the Sweden Rock Festival next year as well in June, and I'm sure there'll be other opportunities, but it's going to be the same old Exciter, the whole 80s vibe. We're not going to be a nostalgia act, but it's going to be more of in-your-face Exciter classics. That's what I can promise.
Well, John, I can promise you this. When you guys make it up this way to Portland or Seattle, you got 3 guys that are sitting in this room that are definitely going to be there.
Hell yeah.
Two of them have a band that would love to open for you. Right? we bring people, so,
There you go, Splintered Throne. All right.
Sounds good.
John, it's been wonderful talking to you. You've been a major influence on me as well, and I'm really, really glad that Exciter is back in its original form. I can't wait to hear the new material, and I know that I'm speaking for thousands, and it's just great that you guys are back.
You're going to play some Exciter now, right?
Are you kidding me? Of course I am.
We can't talk to this guy and not play some
Oh, no, I got 2 tracks I'm going to play. I got a double shot. All right, John, thank you very much. John, can you hold on the line?
Sure.
All right, thank you. All right, and that was John Ricci of Exciter. This is the song Oblivion and Violence and Force.
Fuck yeah!
Go for it. Oh, okay. All right, John, I just want to make sure you said everything you needed that you wanted to. All right, man, that was awesome, bro. Thank you for taking the time out, to talk to us. That's gonna be heard in podcasts everywhere, man. I was heard in 63 countries a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we're doing really good here. So that's gonna
the States. The States suck for touring. Whether you guys can at least come at all. I got some buddies that go and stuff. So
I'm gonna open it.
I'm gonna give you back to Billy.
Oh no, I'll take it back.
All right, nice talking to you, man. Like I said, YouTube clips on
Wow, you're probably the youngest one here.
I appreciate you so much. Moser.
Oh, that's right. His birthday.
Billy, hold on.
You were on the list.
I know. I still have to say, John, thank you very much, my friend, and I'll be talking to you. When the album comes out, man, we'll have you back on. Very, very good. Thank you. So you have a good night. Okay, goodbye. So what do you think, man? Let's talk to John Ricci, dude. And you got his number, too.
Yeah. So you're using your laptop microphone with this phone?
Yeah. It sounds perfect. Have you ever heard what the show sounds like?
No, I actually haven't seen it yet. That's my feedback.
That's okay.
I listened to it when it was on Food, but this is different because they had a board and all
they had a soundboard and all that. But well, I'll tell you what. I know you're going to listen to tonight's episode, so you'll hear exactly how it sounds. It sounds you wouldn't even know it. That's awesome. It sounds like we got mixes, soundboards, all this. This thing does everything for me right here.
Sam Broadcasting.
This is a professional program for radio. I got all these options here to think around with.
Yeah.
This is our playlist.
Nice one.
This is where I choose from.
You should have them open with one of the EP songs before we do the new stuff. We'll introduce the new stuff later.
Well,
or how many songs?
Well, yeah, I mean, how long do you?
Yeah, what's your time frame?
So how long do you fuck around?
You can stay here as long as you want.
Well, I mean, how long do you want to go?
Oh,
We don't want
until we don't
that much.
No. You guys, we can talk. We'll just do it in breaks.
All right.
We'll just talk, play some music. I'll play like a Splintered run, but one of the new songs.
Yep.
Just one.
Yep.
Then we'll come back, teaser. The teaser. Yeah, you know how I think.
I don't want to do Carry On first because it's got.
Octagon first. Carry On second.
Octagon's
got its own little intro.
Well, actually,
You
I
guys
would say
in 10 minutes I'm gonna have you guys on because 7 is like the peak when the people start listening to it.
I would say Splintered
That's one of my favorites. I don't. Okay, here, let's see if I have it. It should already be here somewhere.
Well, make sure it's off the one after.
In command!
This is... Yeah,
see, it's not... I don't understand. I will get it.
I would go down to the albums and go, I'm like, oh, that looks cool to find out.
Yeah, you can send that.
There was one album
I'm wondering I might be able to. Hold on a second. Look at my Dropbox.
I have Dropbox too, and I can download it that way.
Everything else is like bands that you look up on my plus. It's cool.
Okay.
It's the only reason why
So, should I send it to your email? What's the easiest way to
It would be, NAJ.
Okay.
Hold on. Where'd it go? Shit.
Hello. Are we on?
No. Yes, we are.
Hey, fuck, we're on.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
What happens when you start talking about the Bay Area?
Yeah.
The guys that lived there in the 80s, you know?
That was our very favorite band, Exciter, with Violence and Force. That is some great stuff. And and then you caught us spacing out.
Talking about the record vault.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the record vault.
I have in-house at Lightning Boldt Studio Brian Garrison, Jason Moser of Splintered Throne. They are graced us with their presence here today, and we are going to have an interview with them in 10 minutes. We have 2 unreleased tracks that we are going to play as a Thrash Zone exclusive. Woo! The Octagon and Carry On, so you don't want to miss that. Don't go anywhere. We're going to keep the metal going for now so I can get my wits together. And this is some chaos. Bleed some more.
All right.
Remorse, hold the bullet like you did take it. There's no prayer for the dumb. Poogie, let's burn this motherfucker down!
And that was Blood Oath with Arms for Armageddon. Before that, you had a little bit of Billy Boldt with Lethal Injection. And before that, Forbidden, Forsaken at the Gates.
Yes!
Kicked it off with some Chaos, Bleed Some More. And we apologize to John for talking over Violence and Force. I had no idea the microphone was on. We were just so excited that we were talking to John Ricci of Exciter.
We're excited about Exciter.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, you know. But yes, I have Brian Garrison, Jason Moser, Splintered Throne here in-house at Lightning Boldt Studio. And we have 2 new tracks that we're going to play. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to play one song off their EP. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do a short interview with these guys before we cut into their next track. So I want everyone to turn this one up. This is the title track. It's called Splintered Throne. Turn this up and fucking mosh.
For thousands of years I have wasted away in a land that I know well, waiting for my little Nereon to ring the victory bell. All around me are my enemies, waiting for the sign. Only it might seem to you, but it was written in my time. Go, go, go.
Yes, and that is Splintered Throne. What do you think of that?
These guys suck, man.
Man, where do you find these clowns?
Yeah, I know. It's all I could get for tonight's show, man.
No, we work for beer. That's why we're here.
Right? No, of course we're kidding. I have Jason Moser here. I have Brian Garrison,
what up?
The singer, the guitar. Are you guitar for them or bass?
Yeah, I play
Guitar.
Guitar for Splintered Throne. Why?
I only play guitar for one sorry fool who can't find somebody else after 20 years. We want to talk about them tonight.
Well, Ed Shred, right? That's you play bass.
Yeah,
for,
I play bass for Ed
Ed Shred. That's what I was thinking.
Again, one sorry fool that can't find
well, there's always Jason Moser. He'll do it. He'll come through in a pinch. Yeah,
that's right. I was called the musical slut when I lived down in Albany, in the Lebanon area, because I played in like 3, 4, 5 different bands when I was like 20 years old.
Albany, Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh, God, you live there?
Yeah.
My mother lived there.
Another all-exclusive. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. God.
What's the funniest thing is we played more in Albany and Lebanon this year than I have in the last 15 years, man.
That is some funny stuff, man.
Yep, that's my ringtone.
Yeah. So tell us about, I guess we could start with the EP. Let's just go there before we go on to the new stuff. From what we just heard, now Splintered Throne, this EP has how many tracks? 5. 5 tracks. That was the title track, of course. Anything you want to tell us about the lyrics or how on your singing on that?
Yeah, and this this EP was a real important thing for us because the previous incantation of the band had been around for a long time, and the sound and the style had changed really quite a bit. Mm-hmm. That EP was the first time that this band really approached what I would say is true metal status, because we did everything from hard rock and pop and death metal is how this band started, and it's gone through everything, but the focus of being a power metal with thrash influence and classic heavy metal influence came and was finally started to put down in the CD, and the evolution of the sound into this new CD that we're going to be putting out in a couple months is now it's right where I've always wanted to be. So this CD is like the starting line of the band as it should have always been. It's a very important CD.
So this one that you have coming up now is kind of like where you always wanted to be.
Absolutely.
In your mind, you had this envisioned, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
That's like when I started Thrash Zone. You know, of course, the first radio show I did here in town was the Northwest Metal Show with Vox Sacrilege, and you know. But that show was okay. It was good, but it wasn't what I had envisioned, like what I wanted to do, you know? So I wanted to take things, I wanted to not just be local, but I really wanted to expand and cover all the people that we know and love, you know? And I didn't want to be confined to just local bands. Now, don't get me wrong. I promote the hell out of local bands.
Right.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just saying, but I just don't want to be stuck on that. You know, Thrash Zone could never be, you know, just stuck on this because there's only so many bands you can do, you know?
Well, and let's like earlier you had, you know, John Ricci from Exciter, which is a huge influence on me. Yeah. And then here we are playing stuff, so it's kind of the whole gamut of where it all comes from and goes from.
Yeah. Well, like I was asked in a interview that I did for Metal Magazine from France a couple of weeks ago. They said, well, how come you call your show Thrash Zone when you play all kinds of genres of metal? And, you know, my answer was simple. It was because, you know, it's my responsibility as a broadcaster to cover the gamut. You know, it's not just thrash. This is about metal, period.
Right,
you
metal.
know?
Absolutely.
And I did want to say one thing. A lot of people don't know Brian Garrison outside of Splintered Throne, but he actually has a very good voice. He's done Hellion.
I'm okay.
Well, you know, he's done Hellion with, you know, a Judas Priest cover band, a tribute band, excuse me.
No, whatever. It's a cover band.
Whatever, yeah. It's covered, you know. But you put asses in seats, but, you know, it's just not the same.
Right.
You know,
it's not the same.
Right.
You know, it's a great, the tribute metal scene, tribute scene in general is a great way, in my opinion, to pull fans, but it's a great way to get better as an artist. When I started singing Halford, it took me to one level, and then I did a Deep Purple tribute, and they're still around. I had to bow out of it because I just don't have the time. And the Splintered Throne project is, you know, it's my love. It's my child.
This is your project,
dude. This is us, baby.
This is your baby. Yeah.
It's the baby. I can't do anything half-ass. And even though some people may look at something and think, wow, you know what, you guys are badass. I I know when it's badass myself, and if I'm not feeling good about it, and I feel bad, so I support all of the guys in that Deep Purple tribute, Highway Star, and I support all the guys in Hellion. You know, I want them to keep going. I want them to do well.
Right.
But you know what? I'm an original guy, and I'm going to
choke on a beer. Sorry,
I'm going to choke. Jason's choking on a beer. I am going to put all of my time and effort into this because
he's saying everything with a wink. You know
that's right.
Well, the only reason is we were talking about this in a break about there's tension between some of the tribute bands. It's funny because Brian was in Hellion, and I was actually in the original British Steel from Portland. And so here's the two of us sitting in this room. Like this just came to me like. Fucking hey, we're the same two guys in the original versions of this. We're in the same band, so you guys can play all the Priest you want. We're still going to kick your ass.
right.
We'll do it Splintered style, and it's heavier and faster and better.
And Brian, I just wanted to let you know that Rob Halford is one of my all-time favorite vocalists.
Oh yeah.
So to please me, if you're going to be doing a Halford, tribute cover, whatever you want to call it, such as Hellion, you better be good.
Nice.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna.
What cop?
Yeah.
There's calling bullshit, man.
Right. Yeah.
If you better bring the game.
You really did a beautiful job. You did a good job with that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna play one song now.
All right.
Off the new.
That's right.
Splintered Throne.
If you got virgin ears, better get an ear condom because it's coming.
Here it is.
And it's a heavy load.
Now we agreed we're gonna do the Octagon. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now. Even I haven't heard this one yet.
That's right.
No one has heard this outside of the band. Is that right?
Well,
we played it live.
We played it a lot.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
wives have heard it, and certain critics. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? And after I peel their freaking flesh off the wall, I go, I must have been good. So.
Everyone's a critic, All right, so here we go. This is Splintered Throne with the Octagon.
Are you ready to rumble?
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like fighting after that one.
Wow, those guys are all right.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll drink to that.
Okay. Yeah. That is Splintered Throne with the Octagon. That is a great track. That is off the new upcoming CD.
That's right.
As of yet, unreleased.
Absolutely.
Thank you for bringing that in for a Thrash Zone exclusive, man.
That's right.
I really dig that. That was very well done vocally, Brian.
Thank you.
Jason, great guitar work, as always.
And Fred
with that
Fred lead. All I do is the little fills in there, man. That's all a Fred thing.
It's a band effort, man. It's a great thing. You guys got a good sound going.
Rips.
Yeah, and I was just telling Brian, and I truly mean this, is that there's really not too many real singers in metal, and he definitely is one of them, and I like that. It's very pleasant for me, to listen to.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Should we just go ahead and play some other music and come back to your other track, or do you want to just go for it now after a little conversation?
I don't know. It's your show, dude. Do what you want.
Well, I think we'll just talk some shit then.
We can talk and yak and
we can do that. But I got into that one, so I want to hear a little more.
You only have one more. That's all we're giving you. So if you
just a tease.
You blow your wad down.
Okay. Pinch it off. All right. There you go. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go for it.
So the new album, we're real excited about the new album. We talked about this in the break. Brian's the singer that I've always wanted to work with since I started playing music years and years and years ago. A singer who can sing and he knows melodies and he actually can play a little bit of music. So he's got some theory. Listens to stuff outside the genre, which makes writing real easy. And I'm like, well, I hear this in my head. I'm a shitty singer. This is what I hear. Oh, well, I'll make it sound good. And he does. Yeah. And he'll say, well, what about this harmony and that harmony? And it's awesome to write with somebody who's totally squared away like that. Our whole band is like that. Yeah. Our whole band is like that. I've been lucky enough that we all have found each other in this fucked up world. That we can play music, and we've all discussed if all of a sudden metal is like taboo, we can do this and we can do that. And we have a backup plan of we have a backup plan of like the five of us just hanging out and doing it.
My mother, when I was 12 years old, I was playing Black Sabbath, and she told me, "Don't you play that devil music in my house?" I was like, okay. But so it's just funny you said that about writing the songs because Tony Delisio, Mechanism,
love those guys,
love them, and they are on the playlist tonight. They are excellent. Yeah, they're regulars on Thrash Sound.
Yeah, that's good.
Was talking about how some people just don't comprehend how to write a song. Like how to compose it.
Absolutely.
And it's not just pre-chorus, chorus, this, that, lead,
right.
3 chords, whatever. It's not all that. That's not composing a song, But it does take a special mind to be able to have those thoughts in your head and create it and make it a reality, make it into what it is, a musical song.
Right.
And it's a lot of work,
Right.
But for those of us that have it, it comes natural,
It does, but it's kind of like, to use an old reference, the Beatles were fucking amazing because they were all good. Well, I don't know about Ringo. The other guys were all really good songwriters.
Always Ringo, man.
Right, fucking Ringo, poor guy, and he's still alive. He's gonna outlive them all. But anyways, it's like when you can take a concept and you throw it out into a room, and then everyone gravitates and grabs onto it, and then it becomes
builds on it.
It builds, and you bring it back again and again. And that's the awesome thing is that Jason's got so much thrash. I've got a lot of classic rock and then European, power metal influence. Fred is, he's a kind of
jazz guy.
Fucking
jazz guy.
So he throws these chords in there. We call them Fred chords because we don't know what the hell they are.
What the fuck is that? It's a minor fifth with an augmented Q chord. I'm like, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. Me playing this bar chord I learned from Gary Holt when I fucking first learned how to play guitar.
Bailey on bass. He's a total classic metal guy.
Rush guy.
Priest,
Loves Rush.
Maiden.
The good bass players.
And then Chris can play damn near anything. Yep. He was, classically trained in jazz and at the same time totally into prog, but then power metal is his core. It's like I couldn't have asked for a better set to build and write a song with.
The best example is when the album comes out, there's a song called Until the End, and I wrote the whole thing from front to end with vocals, the whole thing. I was like, this is my vision. And every time I listen to it, it's changed. Everybody's put their own spice on it, and it is. When I wrote it, I heard it in my head, and the way it's come out on the CD is way better than I ever thought, ever imagined.
That way.
And only because I'm like, no, it needs to kind of go like from A to Z. But everybody put their own shit on it, and it's become better than I ever could have imagined it. Just because we have that same thing.
It's awesome.
Like, fucking A.
All right, well, I think Kim has recommended that instead of blowing our load on the last song, Carry On. I am going to carry on, but no, we're going to play that a little bit later because you know what? These guys are pretty entertaining. What the hell? So I'm going to play some thrash right now, and we're going to try and pick up our next guest on the phone. Well, I'm not sure yet. Whoever answers the phone
So this is here's the funny thing. If you're listening, so Billy and I met. I got to tell the story of how we met.
Oh, Lord.
These guys were fans on our band page, and they were like, "Hey man, we need some help moving." And I was like, "Well, fuck, I got a truck, I got a van, I'll fucking help you move." So I moved these guys, and I come to find out that Billy and I grew up in the Bay Area at the same time together, going to the same shows. We just talked about
same
it.
Clubs, same
clubs. We went and saw Exciter, and John Ricci from Exciter was on the show earlier. We went and saw at the same show the Warfield 85, Motorhead, Merciful Fate, Exciter.
Yes.
And not too far after that was the same year, I think it was Metallica, Merciful Fate, and Motorhead.
That was at
same place because the bone microphone got broken.
Are you sure that was not at the Kabuki? The Kabuki in Japantown.
Could have been. The bone microphone got broke, and the King came out, put a curse on James, and they got signed to like fucking major label like 2 weeks later.
A big curse.
King Diamond, if you're listening, can you curse us?
Yeah, please.
We'd like that.
Yeah, please
Day job
text me
sucks.
now.
Yeah, we would like that. So.
Well, I do have some King Diamond. Maybe his bone microphone or his stand will drop on your head or something.
Yeah,
let's see where he is.
There he
is.
Where I was
invisible
going
guest.
Yeah.
Where I was going was let's play some Bay Area stuff, dude.
You want to play some Bay Area stuff?
You got any violence?
I do, but
wait.
I'll have to keep that up.
No.
Nope. You know what?
You talked about Exodus.
Yeah.
Best band in the world, man.
Zetro Souza is back with Exodus. Can you believe that? Gary Holt, Steve Zetro Souza, they both said it would never happen, and here we are.
That's right.
Today, it's happened. Now, what I want to know is what's going to happen with Hatriot. You know,
they said it's going to keep going.
There you go. Well, you know, Steve's a busy man. He works constantly. And I don't mean in his construction job. I mean as a musician, he's constantly writing, constantly working.
Hold on. So Steve Sousa works in construction and he sings in Exodus. So all they really do is demolish shit.
Yeah.
That's all they fucking do is break shit up and destroy it.
All right. So we're gonna do that. Do you want to hear Exodus or you want to hear Hatriot?
I'll hear some Exodus, man.
You want to hear some?
It's
there you go.
my favorite band in the world of all time.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go.
They barely bounced out of the number one spot.
All right. Well, then they're gonna stay in number one. This is Exodus with Fabulous Disaster.
Nice.
Tomorrow
Yeah, that was some Hyrax right there. Satan's Fall. Before that, we had King Diamond himself with The Invisible Guest, Destruction with Curse the Gods, and Exodus, Fabulous Disaster by request.
That's right.
For Bay Area, represent. 415-650.
4 and 5. When I lived there, we only had one area code.
It used to be
And
just
rotary
415.
phone.
Yeah, I remember that. Back in the day, 415 covered the whole Bay Area. Not anymore. Man, they got area codes even I don't know. 925, 510, this or that, whatever, man. It's crazy. All right. So we have in-house right now Splintered Throne. I have Brian Garrison. I have Jason Moser.
Hello.
And we still have a track, and it's called Carry On. No, not the song by Kansas.
No.
But you will not hear that.
No.
But it is coming up nevertheless. You guys, you want to talk about a little bit what this song's about, this track?
Well, we got some band stuff coming up. We want to definitely cover that. We're kind of in a little bit of a lull for July. In August 7th, we're playing in Eugene at the Black Forest with Iron Kingdom, who is a band out of Canada, old school Iron Maiden type stuff. They're on tour all through the U.S. It's going to be a great show. August 8th, we're playing at Guitars Under the Stars, which is a 3-day outdoor festival in Lebanon, Oregon. Going to have people like Tony McAlpine, Bruce Boulay, Eric Boulay, or Earth to Ashes, which is a local band from Portland. We're going to have Floater headlining the same night we play. Points North, Jennifer Batten. I mean, it's a huge who's who. If you go to www.OregonSummerConcerts.com, you get the whole lineup. Pat Travers is playing. Gary Hoey. It's a 3-day concert.
Dude, it's a shred
Dude,
fest.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, it is some serious. If you like guitar,
Pat Travers still kicking it, huh?
Yes.
still kicking it,
Still
You
throwing
come
it
out,
down.
It's 3 days of just gonna crush your head music, and it's it's affordable. It's very affordable. It's $45 for all 3 days. There are camping passes. There are parking passes, which cost you a little more, but you can stay there the whole time.
That's cool.
Great venue, great gig. I'm lucky enough to be the stage manager for the whole thing.
There you go. So you know who's palm
now
the
you know
grease
how
for
we
that.
got on the bill. But yeah, I'll have my campers somewhere on there, and if you bring the right amount of beer, I'll let you in. But anyway, I'm just kidding.
He'll
No, I won't.
conveniently look the other way.
That's right.
I've done that a time or two at the Warfield.
So anyway, so that's the big Ox gig. September we're doing the Ox Fest gig in Vancouver at Esther Short Park.
Nice.
Which we do every year, and this year is really special because the guy that's put it on for the past couple of years, Tony Perkins, passed away last year, and we're doing this in honor of him. We really want to carry on the tradition of celebrate recovery. If that's what you need to do, then by all means do it, and we totally support that.
That was a great show last summer, by the way. I believe, wasn't that around July 4th?
That is probably one of our favorite things, and
it was Labor Day week, or what's the holiday?
Well, it's usually on Labor Day weekend. And this weekend we said, you know what? We have our own families.
Yeah.
We're going to do our own stuff. We're not going to do it this year. And they moved it. They actually moved it to September 14th, which means that we can do it this year. Because if it's not, if it's something we can do, we're going to do it. And it means a lot to us. And then in October, we have a friend that usually throws an epic Halloween party. It usually takes her 3 months to get her house ready. We're actually she just came down diagnosed with something that she's not able to put the party on this year. So I said, hey, you know what? We're going to fucking put it on.
Nice.
So it's going to be us
Very nice.
and another band called Allura, which is kind of a goth, heavy band. A lot like Lacuna Coil, Delane, stuff like that. Great fucking band. So we're going to do something at some club yet to be announced who's willing to take us all on. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there and you got a good club, and you're willing to bring in stuff. I mean, she's got stuff for movie sets, lifestyle or life-size Freddy Krueger, Hannibal Lecter, movable stuff. I mean, crazy shit. If you're willing to have it in your club, call us. Let me know. We need a day to set it up, and then we're gonna push a CD, and then we're good to go, man. So if you're into us, www.splitterthrone.com. We're on Reverb Nation. We're on Facebook in a number of places. Hit us up. Be our friend. Brian,
be my friend. Will you be my friend? All right, you guys. We'll get back to Splintered Throne in just a moment. I have on the phone superstar drummer, Doug D.P. Hovan of the Butlers. Say hi, Doug. Oh, is it on speaker? Nope.
Now it is.
Wait. Hold on. We're retard.
We're fingering the phone. I hope
Yeah,
you enjoy
we're trying
it.
to finger the phone.
Can you feel that?
Oh, there we go. All right. Now we have D.P. Hovan of the Butlers.
Word to the wise, don't buy your phone at fucking Walmart.
All right. D.P., how are you?
What does DP stand for?
Well, I still don't think it's on speakerphone. There we
There
There you are.
Not only porn slang, but it's my initials. It's Douglas Paul Hovan.
Oh, okay. And all this time I thought it was, DP. Nice. Yeah. Now, DP Hovan, very good friend of mine. We went to high school together. And, Doug, I think the world of you. Tell us about what's going on with Featherwitch and the Butlers these days.
I've been in the Butlers about, I think, coming on 6 years. It's funny. It was back when, when MySpace was still big, and I was living in Sacramento, and it was the only time I wasn't in a band for about 3 years. And I ended up moving back, and when I came back, I messaged Billy Rowe. I hadn't seen him for about 25 years, but I was trying to form an original band, and we got to talking, and it just so happens that the drummer for the Butlers couldn't do it anymore for personal reasons or whatever, and he's all, "You want to come down and think about joining the Butlers?" So I did, and it worked out, and ever since then we've just been playing pretty constantly. I mean, it's the first time I've been in a cover band. I thought I was always going to do originals, but we've been playing pretty steady, and we've got some big shows, and luckily we had the bone behind us. We're just keep doing what we're doing, and it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, I was talking to Ace Cook the other day, and he was telling me that you guys are just are exploding in popularity right now. I know that you guys did Bone Bash. Now, that had to have been huge. Was that at the Mountain View Amphitheater?
No, actually, that was at the Concord Pavilion.
Concord Pavilion. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I'll never call that place Sleep Train. It's always Concord Pavilion to me, baby.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, to be a cover band anyway, and they had to play a show like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, I couldn't even do that in original bands,
Right.
But then from there, playing in LA with Derek St. Holm from Ted Nugent.
Oh, Ted Nugent, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's weird to be playing on stage with somebody me and you were listening to in high school,
Right.
Aww.
Well, when we were in high school, we were rocking out to Kiss and Led Zeppelin, and wait a minute, I think I'm aging myself here, but Aerosmith, But yeah, that was what was going on back then,
Yeah, it's funny, I'm still playing the same songs, right?
Right? You haven't learned any new ones yet?
But, that's really cool, and, Craig from the Butlers happened to be friends with, through Ace, of course, with Chuck Billy, so, then we ended up getting the Fillmore show with Testament, which is really cool. I mean, to be a cover band playing a metal show with, Forearm and Overkill.
Yeah, how did that work out? That's kind of, different kind of audiences there.
Right, so it's all been pretty funny. I mean, we've been playing about that. A lot of people make fun of cover bands, and I'm like, hey, I'm playing some of the bigger shows, that I have in my life, I used to make fun of cover bands too, so I know how it is, but...
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because we actually were making fun of cover bands earlier today. but earlier on the broadcast.
We're making fun of tribute bands.
Tribute bands, right.
Cover band's a cover band. A tribute band is...
Right, it was to...
a whole different beast.
Right. Well, it's just... but it's amazing. I think all of us are surprised by how the tribute bands or cover bands really fill up the arenas, or wherever you're playing. Whereas, when you were like with Featherwitch or even Dark Carnival back in the day, I mean, you couldn't even imagine playing in front of these many people.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, that was kind of the main goal for every band, but, you're lucky if you even got that far, you know. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we used to make jokes that, you know, maybe we'll make it when we're 40, you know. I mean, not that I made it, but, you know, I got bigger shows in my 40s than I did in my 20s. You know?
Yeah, dude, if I could high five you right now with the fucking phone, I would.
Doug, I have a band here from Portland, Vancouver area. They're called Splintered. They've joined us here in the studio. Brian Garrison and Jason Moser. Just so you know, that's the other moron screaming in the background.
That's right. That's the other drunk Bay Area guy.
Yeah. Joel, Jason, he grew up. Now, what city did you grow up in?
So I basically grew up in Half Moon Bay, and
yeah,
I played in BBR. Burping Beyond Recognition, played the first Day in the Mud, Pacifica.
Pathetica.
Yeah. I was there down when shit was going on. It was cool. So all this is good. That's how Billy and I had that blood brother connection that only like people like us could have. Like, oh, I remember that show, or hey, I took the 19 Polk to the fucking record vault to get my goddamn records.
Yeah, you remember the record vault, don't you, Doug?
Dude. Old school shit.
The record vault, you remember that?
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up. I'm still in San Mateo, so I'm not far from Half Moon Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a cool area. You know, I take my kids down there.
Sure. Well, I got to be honest with you. I get homesick every now and then. I didn't think that I would miss San Mateo, but now that I'm not there, I kind of miss it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I went to the Sacramento area for a while, but I always missed here. I guess that's where you grew up, really.
Yeah.
Pony Express, bitch.
Pony Express. Oh, Doug never played there. Did you play there?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still there, but that's kind of, even after Dark Carnival, Chris Klein.
Yeah.
And then another cover band go figure, and he was playing rock songs, and I went and saw him at Pony Express. That's when we hooked up again in the 90s, but I don't think it's still there.
Well, I think they have the Fox Theater across the street now, right?
Well, they do in Redwood City there. Oh no, that's the Club Fox or something else. They might have a Fox Theater there too, but
I don't know. I just know that place. I think it's called the Fox. Is across the street from where Pony Express used to be.
I think you're right. Yeah. I don't even drive through that area much. I'm pretty sure neither one exists.
Yeah, I try to stay out of that neighborhood too.
So what kind of covers is got played, man?
Okay, well, we got a question here. Jason wants to know.
Oh,
all right.
Pick me.
No, he wants to know what kind of songs. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one. Thin Lizzy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
What kind of shit you guys play, man?
Tell us some of the songs that you guys play in the Butlers.
Well, Craig's a big Thin Lizzy head, so we do Bad Reputation and Cowboy Song and Don't Believe a Word. Trying to think, we did like a variety, but we don't always play the same ones, but the ones that pretty much stay in the set are like Bad Rep, and we always play Cowboy. That's kind of what we always used to end on, but we do everything we grew up on, Cheap Trick, AC/DC, Cooper,
Off Peterson.
I mean, it's kind of whatever, me and Billy always have ideas, because we want to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And we like, but, as we're singers, there's only so much that they're willing to do, so, it's kind of, we just stay with the 70s kind of B-side sound, or...
All right. Well, you're having fun, Doug. That's all that matters now,
Yeah, exactly.
You're having a good time, man. Who cares that we're all in our 40s now, or, pushing 50, but... let's be honest. But it's all good times, man. That's what it's all about.
For sure, man. Congratulations on your show too. I thought it was really cool that you got this going on.
Thank you, Doug. Well, tell us a little bit about Featherwitch. You have any dates lined up here? You playing in the city? What?
Yeah, we played a show in Fairfax Friday. We got it's kind of like, because I'm in both bands, so it's kind of every weekend it's like back and forth. It's Butlers next week, Featherwitch the next. But that just started with Natalie was singing a couple songs with the Butlers, and one day emailed me if I knew anybody to start at the band with her and Erica, and I just grabbed Mike Butler and Joel I knew him from Ghost Town when I was in Ghost Town back in the 90s. And we just kind of formed Featherwitch around that. And, that ended up taking off pretty good, too, because of the girls. I mean, they're great. And,
absolutely.
It always helps when they're great looking, too.
Good eye candy.
Exactly.
Hey, that reminds me. One of my favorite singers that jams with the Butlers now and then, Rochelle Ram. How's she doing?
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her in maybe... she used to come on stage with the Butlers. I probably saw her maybe a year ago. She was probably no one has to talk to her, but she seems to be doing well still. Doing her thing with her band.
Yeah. She was a good friend. Once upon a time when I lived in San Francisco.
Right. Yeah. Exactly, man. How long have you been up there now? Or down there?
Going on 4 years. Almost 4 years.
Wow.
4 to 5 years. God, it's longer than I wanted to. That's for sure. I thought, I would bounce between San Francisco and Portland every couple of years. This is the longest I've stayed in one shot. It's been 5 years. But I'm grounded now, Doug. So it's better for me to be up here right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't got no demons like I do down in the city in the Tenderloin. So I'm fine. I'm fine right here.
Having played the Tenderloin, I know that story.
Yeah. The Tenderloin is its own entity.
I was going to say, half the people we went to school with became cops, so, you're probably better off there.
Funny you should say that.
Funny? That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving
on.
All right. So, any other words, DP?
No, I mean, even though we're still doing the cover bands, I mean, me and Billy and Craig, we also got an original band we started on the side. Because I still want to play originals, I try to get it heavy, but I still listen to metal. I mean, that's all. I mean,
well,
I'm still like.
Will the Butlers ever play anything, or will you write original songs evenally?
We talked about it, but.
I think that would be a really cool thing to see what you guys with the people you have in the band, I mean, what you can come up with,
Yeah, I mean, Craig wrote some great songs that we've been working on, but it's just seeing if the other guys want to do it, or if we can get someone else. That'd be great if we could just be the Butlers, and because I don't want to be fucking 60 playing covers.
Right, which isn't too far away.
That's where we expect our original band to be. Is at 60 playing covers.
That's great.
It's kind of a sad way to end the 30 years of trying to make it.
Right, playing your whole life, just to be an old man playing.
Really gonna make it, but
Yeah, I do. I'm just clowning around, man. Doug, as long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters, my friend. You play your heart out, brother. That's all that matters.
Exactly, you too. I mean, it's all about us. Just it's the passion of what we wanted to do and what we've always done, and we didn't give up. So that's the important part.
Well, there's a lot of people that have fallen by the wayside, but I have noticed, from high school, anyways, you and I are still sticking it through.
And that's really cool. I mean, it just shows a lot about our love for music and the things that make us happy that we're lucky to still do.
That's right. Hillsdale High taught us well. All right. Okay, so I don't have any Butlers queued up at the moment, but that doesn't mean that I can't get a song ready to go. And I apologize for that, Doug.
Don't worry about it. I think everybody's heard the songs before anyway.
But everyone has heard of the Butlers in the Bay Area, so everyone knows exactly who we're talking about and what you guys do.
So, Doug, let me ask you this. What's your favorite Bay Area band that's made it?
That's made it? That's a tough one.
And made it is like
loosely defined.
Very loosely defined.
Like, how do you define made it?
A band like Heathen has made it because they put a good fucking record out. A band like Mordred, they put a good record out, man. They did, exactly. Well, actually, two, but so we got.
I'd love to say. Look, I'm a Megadeth guy.
Oh! Woo! Just put Billy on the spot. Yeah. I'm taking over the show, man.
Oh no, I've been trumped.
I still like Faith No More. I still like people make fun of Green Day or whatnot. American Idiot, that's a great band, great.
Yeah, great songs on that record.
All good local bands in the Bay Area. It's one thing to say local bands in Vancouver and Portland, and another to say local bands from San Francisco, because
local old school, man.
It's
local is old school, right?
Bay Area rules
right now
when it comes to music.
It was a Merciful Fate from the Bay Area. That's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah. All right. So hey, one last thing. What kind of set are you playing on there, Doug?
Well, I got a Yamaha right now that I use for the Butlers, and Atomic kit that I use for Featherwitch. But there's all kinds of sets I'd love to play. It's kind of came down to whatever I can afford. That's my favorite set.
Yeah.
I use Solta and cymbals. Those are the kind of cymbals I like, and luckily I got an endorsement deal that helps.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the endorsement. Yeah. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. That's a really great company, and it's a cool thing to happen. When you got 30 kids and no money,
Yeah, but you're still a rock star.
Dude, but you know 20 of the 30 kids' names. That's the good part.
No, but you're still a rock star, DP, and that's it always will be a rock star in my eyes.
Thanks a lot, man. The feeling's mutual.
Yeah, right on, man. DP, we got to keep it moving. I want to thank you so much for joining us on Thrash Zone. I love you, brother. Yeah, I love you, brother, and I'll be talking to you again real soon.
All right, it was nice talking to all you guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right. That is D.P. Hovan of the Butlers and Featherwitch. A very good friend of mine. Like I said, we've known each other literally since I was 11 or 12 years old. We grew up together and maintained a friendship all these years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, man. And right now we're going to kick it off with some Splintered Throne because they want us to play it. This is the song off the new CD that has not been released yet, but it's coming. This is called Carry On. Turn it up and fucking mosh.
Disappears, fading into clarity. It seems that memories all too clear keep coming into focus through my dreams. And keeping 2 steps ahead, I stumble through the fields where dead men laid. I try to make sense of this, not realizing time keeps me at bay. Forgetting the past again, all the painful memories will surface soon. Stuck in reverse again, the years have passed, but still I feel the doom. Chances will fade allow, with difference in the night and glory's day. Laws will I disavow, forging my defiance into pain. Forgetting the past again, all the painful memories will surface soon. Stuck in reverse again, the years have passed, but still I feel the doom. Feel the doom. Feel the doom. Let the memories fade into a
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, you know I've had a drink problem and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you may hurt some other person, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
closer to the end. Like our father said, we're fucking crazy. Now I think I finally understand. With a blinding flash, I see the meaning of it all too clearly. And within my memories, I see the end is growing near. As we slowly watch it burn, humanity can't stop the fear.
That is Invasive with Escape. They're a band out of Spokane, Washington. Before that, we had a little Aussie promo for drunk driving. Don't you do it? Lamb of God with A Devil in God's Country. And Splintered Throne with a brand new track called Carry On. And there's a monster track right there, guys. 7 minutes of pure metal. I loved it. And we have on the phone, you wanted Bay Area, you wanted local. I deliver. Thrash Zone delivers. Right. We have Zoran, the Mighty Z, from Rampage Radio and Capital Chaos TV in Sacramento. Say hi, Zoran.
Hey, what's happening?
All right, so tell us, are you still doing the Capital Chaos thing?
I'm doing it. Let me see. I started in May of '98, and it is now June of 2014. So do the math.
It's a long time, yeah. Right on. Yeah, you've done some great interviews. Has anything stuck out over those years? I'm sure there's been a couple of times that you can think of that were just that just blew your mind. Maybe a blooper or something?
So interviewed Juliette Lewis, the actress.
Absolutely, yeah. From Natural Born Killers.
What's that?
From Natural Born Killers.
That is correct. I think she was running around naked in that movie.
Oh, that's hot.
Woo! The movie I saw her in, she was running around naked.
Nice. Well, we encourage nudity on Thrash Zone.
We're naked right now.
Yeah, we're naked right now. Yeah, all right.
So your aprons are flopping around?
Free balling. No, just kidding around. So, that's great that you do Capital Chaos and you cover the Sacramento area, the metal scene. You've done it, obviously, for a long time, many, many years. What are you doing with Rampage?
I moved to Oakland a couple years ago.
Right.
So, while I still cover the Sacramento area because I have some people up there that work for me up there, I'm really more in tune with the Bay Area metal scene at the moment. With bands like Cultural Warfare,
oh yeah,
Central Threat, SF, and the newer death metal bands like Fallujah and Son of Aurelius, and the scene here in the Bay Area is just it's amazing.
It's always been amazing. I mean, I don't know. Ever since 1984, the Bay Area has just always produced some of the best bands in the world. And a lot of people wonder why I cover it, the Bay Area, so much. That's why. Now you also do some work with Rampage Radio, and what's the deal with that? When are you on there?
Well, there's several of us DJs that are on Rampage Radio. Manny Lopez, also known as the Last Andrew Manny, who is the singer for Ulysses Siren, is a DJ on there.
Right. Dude, I've played with those guys before.
There's that.
One of my guests said he played a show with Ulysses Siren.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day, like 84, 85.
What band were you in?
I was in BBR, Burnt Beyond Recognition.
Burnt beyond recognition.
Played the Mab upstairs, and Bailoff was the fucking manager of the Mab
No.
upstairs, dude.
It's Rock on Broadway.
Oh,
Rock on Broadway.
Yeah, Rock on Broadway.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Upstairs. Paul Bailoff booked one of my biggest shows with Death Angel when I was in a band called Original Sin. That's pretty cool. See Bailoff, man. God bless him. Eh?
God, love Paul. Rest in peace. Come here.
Right. Yeah. So when can we catch you?
Yeah, Los Angeles Manny is a DJ.
Yeah.
We have a couple other DJs that are local to the area, and we're currently broadcasting out of the Mission District, 20th and Mission, at a place called Radio Valencia.
Right. Okay. Why don't you give everyone the link so that they know where to find you?
The links for me are pretty simple. YouTube.com/Capital Chaos. That's CAPITAL CHAOS. You can Google Capital Chaos or Capital Chaos TV, and all kinds of sites. I got a WordPress, I got a blogger, I got an actual website, I have Facebook, a YouTube, a Twitter, and Instagram. It's just it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, I understand that. Believe me, I got the same problem. Yeah.
It's not really a problem. It's just, a matter of trying to create, time for each one and not get stuck too much.
That's what I meant by having the same problem. I know totally what you mean. Like trying to dedicate time to each site, to keep it updated.
Yeah, and then trying to determine what exactly the value of either of them are. This seems to me a lot of people that I've known over the years have moved to Instagram. You can't even find them on Facebook anymore, whether you even really want to find them at all or not. But yeah. So you're doing. How long have you been doing the? Actually, I'm not here to interview you. You're here to interview me. So go ahead.
See, there goes the mighty Z kicking into gear on interviewing. Well, no, I guess was your question how long have I been doing Thrash Zone?
Pardon me?
Was your question going to be how long have I been doing Thrash Zone?
No, I know how long you've been doing it. I have a question for you. Do you think Rob Dukes got screwed?
I don't know the whole story quite just yet. As far as I know, I was under the impression that Rob Dukes had quit because he was getting married.
No, I don't. That's not the situation. He was, they were in the midst of doing an album.
All right. Well, hold on. Someone here wants to butt in.
So I want to butt in as not only a fan, but a person who has a really good friend who's a member of their crew. I'm more excited to see Zet back in the band because he brings that little bit of fire. He brings that gonna stick it in your ass back in the band. That
I don't think Zetro would like that, but yeah.
Much as Rob's a great guy, but Zet has that fire. That Temple of the Damned CD, there's a fire and a passion in that CD that is kind of like Highway to Hell. That is like Bonded by Blood. Yeah. That is like Ride the Lightning.
It's a classic.
You listen to that and you're like, well, this album has.
I'm looking forward to sitting here with Exodus. I guess. I mean, honestly, I never cared too much for Rob Dukes singing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you said it first, so I'll just agree with you.
Some people do what they do, and
I never really liked Zetro until I heard Rob Dukes.
You're funny, man. You're funny. No, Zetro's a good friend of the show. We love Zetro, and
I like Zetro's. I mean, I've seen her a couple times now with Hatred, and
yeah,
I really appreciate what he's doing with that band, and
Hatred's really come far.
I have a newfound like for his voice because maybe I just I held him up against Paul Bailoff.
Yeah. And that's what kills you.
Crazy. He just hit these weird lunatic notes.
There is no other Paul. Paul taught me a lesson in the industry.
Well, if you really want to get down, if you want to get down and evaluate the three singers that Exodus had, they all they fit. Well, Zetro's got the vocal range that the other two just don't. Mm-hmm. The thing with Bailoff that I always found was he would sing off time, and whatever. But and Rob Dukes, I just didn't like, period.
But see,
but
Paul would make you want to kill people.
Well, yeah.
You look at the guy next to you, go, yeah, I'll fucking kill you. Fuck, Paul said I should.
Well, Paul
Fuck,
say
I'm
that.
gonna kill you.
I want to see all the posers die. Kill them all. That was Paul Bailoff. He was a nut. But
I saw a show at the Omni where there was a second row of people. There was like people watching the show, and then another row of people being passed on above the regular crowd of like, we're gonna kill you too?
Oh, God.
Fuck! Paul was the man.
Yeah, Paul Bailoff is a nut.
In Rob Dix's defense, though, the album that he put out in his own band, Generation Kill, I don't know if you've heard that or not, that's a great album.
Well, I don't take away Rob Dukes as a singer. I mean, I just don't like him in Exodus. But
Yeah, and I think that, if you listen to Generation Kill, there's a little more going on that album other than straight ahead thrash, where in Exodus it's just every song is straight ahead thrash, and it's obvious that he was sort of made to sing in a whole straight ahead type of voice for all the songs they do. There's not much in the way of dynamics in Exodus songs that I've heard him sing on. They're all brutal thrashers, right?
Yeah.
So all the Exodus songs that he sings on only call for brutal thrashing vocals.
Yes, they do, and we're glad that Zetro's back with Exodus. This is a dream come true. I mean, there's a lot of people that never experienced Zetro with Exodus, or even knew that he sang for him. I mean, it's just this is going to be. I can't wait for the new album.
It's like you have C4, now you have C5. You have C5. This shit's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate storm, man.
I like to hear. I know that they re-recorded "Bonded by Blood" with Dukes, right?
You mean the album?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that re-recording at all. I thought it butchered the original.
Never go back over the old stuff. Never go back over the old stuff.
It's good in its own way, but there's always room for improvement. And that album is, man, you can't. That is a classic.
You don't.
I can remember picking that fucker up at the record vault and running home on a fucking bus to listen to that motherfucker. God damn, this is killer.
Yeah, but a class that was kind of like a bad move, was recording that album. I thought, re-recording it.
It's always a bad move to re-record.
Yeah, it was a classic. It should have been left alone, but that's just my opinion. So, Zoran,
I think the reason they re-recorded it is because they signed some funny contract where they weren't getting any money from that first album. So they re-recorded it in hopes that people would buy the new one and they could at least get some money from.
I bought both. Well, I bought the first one on vinyl. I still fucking have the fucker.
I won't even burn the second one. Put it that way. And by burn, I mean steal it or even burn it. But whatever. Zoran, thank you very much for joining us tonight, man. Is there anything you want to say to the fans that watch you on Capital Chaos TV and also that listen to you on Rampage Radio?
Just thanks for all the shoes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Hey, did you get that cheetah pair? That's the high heels. Did I send that to you? Animal prints. I don't know me. Never mind.
You. Yeah, he's like, what are you talking about? All right, Zoran, thank you very much. We're going to keep the thrash going. This is American Roulette with Do Us a Favor and Die.
Ashby!
Do us a favor, do us a favor, do us a favor. I got the past, but don't live in it. You were given up and never gave a shit. Too good to will yourself to be your own friend. Now all your words lead us to a dead end. You're dead to me. I've been set free. Too blind to see. You ride on the coattails of someone else's destiny. Lazy is as lazy does.
This is Alice Cooper for RADD. There's a lot of things we have no control of in this world, but that's not the case with drunk driving. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Think ahead and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives on, and so should you.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Oh yeah, that is some Death Angel with Kill as One. Before that, we heard a little public service announcement by Alice Cooper. Once again, do not drive drunk. It ain't worth it. We kicked it off with some Hatred, Dawn of the New Centurion, and American Roulette with Do Us a Favor. I think we also threw in some Invasive with Escape. And by request, by Splinter Throne, we have Vicious Rumors and Dime Store Profit. And Brian, what did you want to say about that?
Hey, my brother Brian Allen, you are recovering from back surgery right now, and this fucking song you turned me on to as it was getting ready to be released. You are the man, my brother. We are all supporting you in your recovery.
Hell yeah.
Hell fucking yeah. This song kicks ass. Get back, get out, start singing. We're all behind you.
Right. Vicious Rumors. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, otherwise, my band is the best singer in town. Fucking get out there.
Yeah.
And I can get the street cred. So
Vicious Rumors, one of the bands out there in the Bay Area that have just been blessed with mega stars on guitar, singers. Just singers, everything. Band. Just, I mean, they've always had good members. You know, Larry Howe, good friend of the show. I believe he's in Europe right now, still on tour with. He was doing a tour with was it Soulfly? Sepultura, yeah, and we won't get into that. But yeah, this is a song just for your friend.
Yep, Brian Allen, you're my man, dude.
All right,
love you, Brian.
This is Dime Store Profit. Yeah.
Take you for Garrison.
you choose. It's a game.
That right there was Metal Church with Bulletproof. Before that, we had the mighty Mechanism, a band from Tacoma, Washington, with This Machine. Some Vicious Rumors with Dime Store Profit. And I am here with Splintered Throne, Brian Garrison, Jason Moser. They wanted to say their goodbyes.
Sweet heavy metal music to make love to at www.splinterthrone.com.
Wow. That is a sexy voice.
That was really fucking lame. This motherfuckers, the next thing up is something heavy. It is from the gods of metal Exodus. It is called The Impaler.
All right, that was Jason Moser, and I'll be back after this song.
This is a warning.
Comes from the land where night is day. The people live in the
Oh, yeah. That was Exodus with Impaler. I had a great time. That was Brian Garrison, Jason Moser of Splintered Throne. I want to thank them very much for stopping by Lightning Boldt Studio. We had a great time. Good time, man. That was killer. I do want to mention that next week on Thrash Zone, we have an unbelievable lineup. I have Neil Turbin of Death Riders, Andy Galeon of Spiral Arms, Mark Abatista, who is the music attorney of the Stars, and Will Carroll of Death Angel. It's unbelievable. All next week. Oh, and one more thing. Rick Raff of Above Ground and Something Metal. All next week. Don't miss that show. Once again, I want to thank Splintered Throne for stopping by. That was a good time. We're going to continue with the thrash. And I want you to turn this one up. This is Dimension 13 with Baptized in Black.
To be an epic of dark memories, lost inside deep black eyes, born into a world of lights. Baptized in black, religious hearts, drowned in the essence of your heart. Seas and rain, on the priest, devouring sacred wine. So foolishly baptized in black, washed over me. Baptized in black, cherish dark blessings. Baptized in black, the world deep in your eyes. Baptized in black, I'll never go into the light. Coercion is your key, to set you free. Submit to you, my Lord, I brought you to my knees. You have the choice today, goodbye to living pain. This is the path of righteousness, I'll make me go insane.
chose your maker, never gives, he's always a taker. Electric birds that fuel the fire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well done, you chose your maker, never incision he cuts with his knife. A masterpiece of the flesh, the art of his mind. Self-hatred, twisted, suffocated blasphemy, death, slated, faded, victim of his destiny. Screaming, beacon, and tears have become mud. Pale skin, fractured, the avarice of blood. Screaming, beacon, and tears have become mud. Tasteless, lifeless, the obsession of blood. Guts, soulless, lifeless, stripped of all identity, gold. Heartless, selfish, driven by insanity, malicious and ambitious, so callous, so cold. A legend never caught, just growing old. Laughing at the face of those who
Yeah, that was an awesome block of thrash right there. That was Enemy X with Rapid. For that, we had some Anthrax with Hatred, Cultural Warfare with Whitechapel, Black Label Society with Suicide Messiah, Damage Plan with Pride, and kicked it off with some Dead Conspiracy 1971 and Dimension 13, Baptized in Black. All good stuff. We have about 15 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and play a few songs, and we'll see you all on Wednesday afternoon from 1 to 3 as we play Gridlock with Billy Boldt on digitalrevolutionradio.com. Here's some Megadeth. Yes, that was Doyle with Abominator. Before that, we had some Megadeth with Five Magics. And this is where I say goodbye, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I want to thank my guest today, John Ricci of Exciter, DP Hovan of the Butlers, Brian Garrison, Jason Moser of Splintered Throne, and the Mighty Z Zoran from Rampage Radio and Capital Chaos TV. Great show tonight. And I'll see you all next week on Thrash Zone.